Hi everyone, it's Robin, and today I'm going to be scrapbooking a picture I came across the other day of my brother-in-law Frank and his two boys Alex and Aaron, and I am featuring this Stampin' Up punch, hexagon shape. I was counting sides. Is it an octagon or no? It was a hexagon. That my mother-in-law had got for me from Stamping Up this summer, and I hadn't used it yet, so I wanted to play with it and again try something different. So I'm just showing you some elements that I'm hoping to get on the page too. It ended up, I didn't really have a design in mind as far as a pattern. I wasn't sure if I was going to do the whole background. But as I started punching, I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing the whole background. I had some leftover extra, so I think I'll save them for a card or whatever. But I am using some scrap boy paper, and I want to put it on a solid blue background. And I picked out a couple blues, and I ended up using the darker one. And then I'm using the All About a Boy paper kit by Echo Park. And I guess I'm kind of bringing you along with the process. That colorful chevron paper I have off there to the left, there is a full sheet of that in this paper pack, so I end up using the scrap and saving that full sheet. What I'm doing is I'm just kind of going through these papers and seeing what I like within that shape. And these wheels, actually, I'm kind of glad I'm using them up a little bit. The other side is yellow, and I use some of the other side as well. I punch out hexagons for quite a while, so I skip around and I save you guys a lot. These are little bright stars. I love them. And then the other side is denim blue. And this is the same paper as in that Let Me Try video I did of my daughter Rachel holding Carlton. And it was that denim paper you all loved so much. I got lots of compliments on that. And there's that full sheet, but I remembered I had the scrap. So I pull out that scrap. And that green paper, kind of grungy green paper, I'm trying to remember, that's a scrap I used on a previous boy layout of my son. And honestly, I can't remember what that's from. So if anybody recognizes it, it's older. So I'm using some older papers here, so please just let me know in the comments down below for anybody else that might want to know. But I liked it. I was pulling colors and stuff kind of from the picture, and just that coordinated well throughout that paper pack. This is just like an orange houndstooth, and I speed it up here because I'm taking a long time. And this is just like a blue little maze. And this paper I picked out more so for Frank because he's very mechanically inclined. So these are gears and things like that. And the other side is wood, a wood grain. My husband and his brothers grew up on a dairy farm in upstate New York, and their parents still have the farm. They don't have the cows, but he still crop farms and things and houses heifers for other farmers and such. But Eric loves helping his dad on the farm, so when he goes up to visit and Frank goes down and helps dad out as he can. And there's two other brothers and as well that live close by. We're the only ones that live far away. So my sister-in-law had given me this picture a couple years ago. This was, in fact, I had to text her. I'm like, when was this picture taken? And she goes, oh my gosh. And she's like, actually, it was 2007. So I think Alex was, I think she said Aaron was 3. He's the one on the top, and Alex might have been 5 or 6 or something like that. So I'm mounting it on that green, I call it green grunge paper. But I really like it on that, and I really love this dark blue. So what I do here, because all of these hexagons are scattered all over, I fast forward it, but I just made little groupings of them, piles, because I'm almost out of frame here, I notice. So I had stopped the camera to clear off my mat a little bit. Here I'm taking some Smooch Spritz and silver foil, and I'm loving what it's doing on this paper. It really brightened up as it dried and as I laid it down, and it just added some fun texture to this background paper. I was very pleased with it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. I had ordered some of that Tattered Angels Route 66 mist that I got for Nancy, Kitty Scrapper. It was limited edition, and she had mentioned how she was afraid it would run out before she could get some more. So, but she didn't mention the color. So I had Facebooked her and asked her what color it was, because maybe I could find it here in the States, and I did. I happened to find one, but I didn't buy one for myself. Why didn't I buy one for myself? I don't know. I can't tell you. But anyway, so when it came, I didn't want to open it and look at it and play with it, because it was her gift, you know. So I sent it to her, and I'm like, can you just swatch it for me? And she just recently swatched it in one of her videos, and I really, really, really liked it a lot. It is kind of, she was saying graphite, and then I remember her once telling me it kind of reminded her of concrete, because it has that gray steel kind of color to it, but flecks of black. And oh, cannot wait to get my hands on my bottle. I just the other night ordered some again, because I was afraid of not getting any more. I probably should have ordered two, but I just ordered one. So I'll let you guys know how I like that when I get it. Mists are something, you know, everybody has their love of the moment, and right now my love of the moment, and that goes on almost every page, are mists. And in fact, it's helped me save my enamel dots a little bit, because I don't use enamel dots on every page. I don't know. But like I said, I had no rhyme or reason to this pattern. I'm just laying things down. I know I didn't want to cover up all of that dark blue. I pulled the dark blue because I thought it went well. Frank and the boys are on the trampoline there in his backyard, and so I thought that blue matched better than the lighter one. And now I'm just mixing up. I had that red paper and you saw me spritz it. I just wanted to add some texture to it, so I spritzed it with Peppermint Stick by Tattered Angels, which is also a red, but it added a different tone to the paper, so it wasn't just plain. And then that yellow, I added some spritz to it as well. And it didn't look overdone, but it didn't look too plain either. That's what I liked. So obviously I have them all down now, and I'm turning it over and cutting the edges off. And I ended up not doing a lot of embellishing on this because it ended up to be pretty busy. And one way of, you know, I was thinking color titles, what am I going to do? I wanted to ground this picture a little bit, even though I had mounted it on green pattern paper. I decided to pull in some of this burnt red color, and I'm just tying a knot. I think I'm putting the strands underneath because I want it gathered wherever the knot goes. I wanted it gathered. So I just trimmed off the edges, and I like that a lot. And I end up doing that on a couple of the hexagons as well in the two cluster areas I decide to do. I do take a little piece of sticker sheet there and put it underneath that picture. So I'm using up a little bit of sticker sheet. You'll see it here soon, and it kind of reflects the same shape as the punch. And here I just took an extra piece that I had laid off to the side, and I'm wrapping more twine around it. I'm going to put it on pop dots, or you know, that foam adhesive tape. And I'm going to put it right on top of another one of the same pattern paper. So if you were to see it from the side or whatever, you would see the same pattern paper underneath. Now, also, again, I just thought of this, it would have been neat to do that throughout the page and not just in the two cluster areas. Every once in a while, pop one up. But I'm just now thinking of that. So I don't know. I did this one the other evening, and it was getting kind of late, but the idea had just I had just finished another layout, and this idea popped into my mind. I've been wanting to scrapbook this picture for a while. It's a really good picture of Frank and the boys. Frank is 2 brothers above my husband. My husband's the youngest of 4. Frank's the second oldest. And I want to say he's maybe 4 or 5 years older than Eric. So I'm using this red arrow clip, but I had already put that picture on pop dots, and I pop dotted it to death. So what I did was I just used sticky dots and put the paper clip on top. And now I decide to get out my Zig pen and outline all these. So I'm showing you some that are outlined, and these are not yet, so you can see the difference, and I really like that. Now this pen is just about run out. I don't think I've ever used up a pen before, so that was pretty exciting. This is a 0.01, so it's very thin. And here I'm just pulling out wood veneer. As extra embellishment, I pull out some stars. And the title, I just simply did Guy Time. I bought the alphabet set from Studio Calico, and I've never used those before, so that was kind of fun. I thought about inking them up, but I was like, there's so much color and pattern, I just need something to balance it all out. And so I went with the natural tone of the wood veneer. And you can see now that strip of sticker sheet I put underneath the photo. And then I put some of the sticker gears off to the right, but I end up taking those off because I don't really have circles anywhere else on the page. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but to me, I'd rather use those on a layout where they don't get lost. I just feel like they're getting lost here. So in the final, you won't see those on there. I put them back on the sticker sheet to use for another time. But I'm really glad I'm using up this boy paper. And I'm glad I'm doing layouts of other people too, you know. It's fun. So I have wood veneer element in every cluster. I think I'm getting ready to hold this up. So I hope you guys like this, and I hope it makes you want to pull out your punches some more. The only other layout I've done with my punches was that circle layout, titled His Silly Lunch Date. So take a look at that if you haven't seen that yet. And I had a lot of fun with this, and I think it turned out really well. I'm pleased. And Julie thought it was adorable, and the boys got a big kick out of it. So thanks again for watching. Love to you all, and I'll talk to you soon.